Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I'm not sure why my intro video didn't work this time around. Maybe it did on your end and it didn't on my end, but for some reason it started up with the music and then just stopped. So I'm not sure if you saw the we're starting soon video. I'm not sure. So you'll have to let me know, but I will be back in 20 seconds for our regular intro slash video. But spoiler alert, tonight we are doing an unboxing for October's deck of the month, the Universal Monsters Tarot deck. True unboxing once again, and another sponsored deck. Thank you to Phil Brady of Magical Vacation Planning. But I will be right back. Welcome to another episode of Tarot by Hilary Live. I am your hostess with the mostest, Hilary of tarotbyhilary.com, professional tarot reader and EFT tapping practitioner, here to demystify the mystical and put you in touch with the most beautiful of gifts, your own intuition. Because yes, my friends, do not argue with me. You have intuition. So tonight's episode, we have a live unboxing once again for October's deck of the month for card of the day pulls, the Universal Monsters Tarot deck. So we'll be getting to that shortly. Once again, for these unboxings, I'm going to open this up. It's going to be sight unseen, and I'm going to show you the major arcana, tell you a little bit about the minor arcana, and then we will do the mid-episode reading using the Universal Monsters Tarot deck. And then I will feature it all month long, so we can check it out together all month long. So Fran is here. Hello to Fran. Welcome. And as usual, we will do not only the mid-episode reading, but we also will do the Astro-Biz Digest, the astro-weather from Teresa Reed's wonderful Astro-Biz Digest. And we will also do the weekend forecast at the end of the episode, in which I will pull either a tarot card or an oracle card, one card to get us through the weekend. And also the mid-episode reading is your chance to win a free 3-card reading with me live on the broadcast. So make sure that you stay tuned to be considered for that reading. Only one can win, like the Highlander. There can be only one. So if that sounds good to you, stay tuned. And also, click the buttons, do the things, click the bells, follow us, subscribe, do all the things, because we do this every Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In this case, 6:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because I had to go to the grocery store. All right, let us start with the astrology from Teresa Reed's wonderful Astro-Biz Digest, which is a year-long subscription, $99 for the year, astrology in layman's terms, straight to your email inbox. It is geared towards entrepreneurs and business owners, but I have found it to be incredibly helpful in planning my personal life as well as my business as well. So let us pull that up. Okay. And I'm going to pull that up on my phone so that I can pay attention to everything that's going on in the Be Live studio space. My family's away for the weekend, so I've been getting photo updates, which is nice. Oh, so cute. All right. So I know we have been in eclipse season, you guys, and I've definitely been feeling eclipse season. I don't know if y'all have. So keep that in mind. That is probably going to be the big astrology of the week. Let's see. I'm just going to have to pull that up. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful. Okay, astrology for the week of September 30th to October 6th. Are we ready? Yes, we are. So, thanks to the solar eclipse, the middle of this week gets a big bang. So, we've already felt that, I'm sure. The new moon solar eclipse in Libra arrives on October 2nd at 2:49 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, that was 2 days ago. This is the end of eclipse season and the last time the eclipses will be on the Aries/Libra axis until 2033. On this day, be on the lookout for new business partnerships, joint ventures, or contracts. If you begin a new venture, it has the potential to be powerful. However, eclipses can be erratic, so it's best to apply the brakes rather than going in the whole hog. I feel that, y'all. I feel that. Libra's influence also extends to legal matters and public relations. Again, caution is advised, but let the energy settle for a bit before going forth. So that is the big transit that we have going on for this week. Okay, so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, because I only give Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to you guys. If you want more than that, feel free to purchase the AstroBiz Digest for yourself. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. And the link is right here below me and also in the chat as well, theterrylady.com/AstroBiz Digest. Okay? Okay. So Friday, the moon enters Scorpio at 7:22 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, a dynamic lunation for behind-the-scenes activities, top secret sales, financial management, and business intuition. So if your intuition is sparking today, pay attention to it. It's also dope for attracting money. So be sure to make plenty of marketing noise this weekend. Your wallet will thank you, or do some money tapping. More about that in a second, I can tell you, because the Vortex app is now live and it's free, and there's free tappings on there. And my tapping just went live yesterday. So I'll give you guys the link for that. I'm pretty sure you can access that for free by downloading the Vortex app. So I'll give you that link. Remind me after this. Venus trine Saturn at 1:04 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is marvelous for PR campaigns. Basically, get your face out there over the next 3 days. Your efforts will pay off handsomely. So today, Friday, October 4th, is a power day for Scorpio and a weekday for Taurus. So Saturday and Sunday. Saturday finds the moon in a trine with Saturn at 11:46 a.m., an aspect that slaps for any work that requires focus. If you have a major project, hit it hard now. Press pause when the moon conjoins with Venus at 2:28 p.m., your hot spot for an afternoon delight. Giggity, giggity. The giggities are my own. Get back in the game when the moon trines Mars at 6:27 p.m. This puts a go-getter vibe into the evening, ideal for networking and general hustling. Sunday is funky thanks to the Mercury-Mars square at 2:37 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so early morning. This angle creates misunderstandings, temper tantrums, and pushy vibes. It's best to take this day off, in my opinion. I would also caution you to be extra diplomatic if you're dealing with humans today. It's too easy for conversations to turn sideways. If you insist on working, or if you have to work, Sunday's moon Neptune trine at 3:47 p.m. could be decent for an imaginative marketing campaign. Hit it hard then, but be mindful of your words if you do so. At 7:34 p.m., the moon darts into Sagittarius, the best lunation for promotion, broadcasting, business travel, learning, and teaching. It's here until Wednesday. Giddy up. So both days, Saturday and Sunday, are power days for Scorpio and weekdays for Taurus. Actually, all 3 days are power days for Scorpio and weekday for Taurus. All right, so at this time, I want to open up the floor for anyone that wants to know if there was an astro reason why for the rest of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. and I will take a peek see in the AstroBiz Digest for you and tell you briefly what's going on. So I'll give that a minute or two, and then if there are no takers, or we'll do that quickly, and then we will move on to unboxing our main event of the evening, the Universal Monsters Tarot deck. Very exciting, and I do have my Morticia Addams embroidery scissors ready to go, ready to unbox. Oh, let's see if I can do that. Tilt it. There we go. Yes. But if you do have questions about like why were things blowing up today, and it's Wednesday. It was Wednesday that things were going on for you. It was the solar eclipse. That's the reason why. Thanks, Fran. Yeah, I love these ones. I think I got these ones from Sublime Stitchery, if I'm remembering correctly, when I was going through my embroidery phase. I also am a knitter as well, but it's been a while since I've done some knitting. I actually used to sell my knitted hats and scarves at my friend's gift store when it was in business. So, but I couldn't keep up with the demand because I was hand knitting them on circular needles. So, and they were really easy to knit. It was actually kind of nice to be able to just cast on and continue to cast on, seal it up, and then just keep on knitting in the round all the way around until, and then I think the final couple of rows I would have to knit two together, and so it would kind of taper off and then cinch up the rest. So I don't know. I probably still have a couple of hats that I made that I in a different yarns, different colors yarns, somewhere in the back of my closet. But yeah, this was when I was going through my embroidery phase. So Sublime Stitchery, and I believe she's still in business. I can't remember her name. I think her name was Jenny. But yeah, I call them my goth scissors or my Morticia Addams scissors. I also have pelican scissors and then just plain gold ones too. So, but I figured for spooky season, I'm gonna use these for the unboxings. So Katie is here. Hello, Katie. Oh, Fran says, oh, I have a ton of thread. Ooh, gimme. I was considering going back into making friendship bracelets, which is just knotting. It's just weaving and knotting. All right. Are we ready? Are we ready for the unboxing? I think we are. So, and also we do have a new episode of Gala's new show coming out at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, episode 2 of Vortex Vision TV or Vortex TV. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that. But I don't know if we'll make it in time because usually our unboxings take a little while, but you know, I can probably keep it tight. I also need to eat something too. So yeah. Oh yeah. So speaking of that, I want to give you guys the link to the app. Let's see, where is my exclusive link? Let's see. So I am a certified tapping practitioner, EFT tapping practitioner through the Gala Darling method. And so, you know, the directory for all of the people that have been certified in her method used to be at one particular site. And I think it's still up there, but the new directory is on the Vortex app. And all of our introductions are short tapping videos in like basically our style and like our vibe, like why we use tapping, what we use tapping for. So mine is of course about tapping, tapping into your intuition. because tarot, you know? So, yeah, hold on one second here. Let me see. Yeah, tapping into the intuitive High Priestess Tarot card. So it's a great tapping if you're having trouble accessing your intuition. I know that's something that a lot of people struggle with. I promise you that you are an intuitive person, and that intuition is a muscle that can be strengthened with practice, and this tapping can help. So that's my intro, and I'm going to see if I can. Yes. I think you can use this both online, but then also it might encourage you to download the app. So let me share that link. So there's the link right there for my intro tapping. So tapping onto the intuitive High Priestess Tarot card, basically tapping into your intuition. So, and I do have other tapping videos on my Tube of You. You can find them there, and you can also search by topic as well. I only have a couple so far, but I'm always open to suggestions. We've definitely done one about boundaries. We've done a tapping on what to do when you've been dealt a shitty hand in life. And then there was a tapping on sleep and quieting anxious bedtime brain. So those are the big three that I've done on the Tube of You. So, all right. I've reminded myself about that. All right, let us dig in to the Universal Monsters Tarot deck. And I do see that somebody is asking for me to pull a card. I would highly recommend that you stay tuned. That is when we'll do the mid-episode reading, and one lucky winner will win a free 3-card reading with me live on the broadcast, and we will be using the deck that we're unboxing tonight, so the Universal Monsters Tarot deck. So stay tuned for that. But there can be only one winner. All right. Let us get into it. So the Universal Monsters Tarot deck, it is another sponsored deck. Yes, thank you, Fran. One person can win a reading. Midway through, if you want a reading, you have to hang out and try to win one. Thank you to Fran for saying as such. Dina says spooky. Dina is here. Hello, Dina. So let me go ahead and read out Phil's stuff, but we have done that in the past. But I will do the shortened version here. But I know that this is a sponsored deck, sponsored by Magical Vacation Planner by Phil Brady. Magical Vacation Planner offers free kick-ass personalized vacation planning services to make your dream vacation a reality. Whether you're craving a theme park adventure, a chill cruise, or a luxe escape, Phil's got the magic touch to tailor the perfect package just for you. So the real question is, are you ready to start planning your next epic adventure? Follow Phil. Follow Phil. MVP Brady 1 on most social media platforms, and they are the sponsor of this month's deck. All right. So the Universal Monsters Tarot deck is the most famous movie monsters of all time have emerged from the shadows to guide your tarot readings in this ghastly take on the traditional tarot deck. Featuring stunning original artwork inspired by classic tarot iconography, this 78-card deck depicts spine-chilling imagery and themes from the legendary Universal Pictures monster films, including such iconic characters as Frankenstein's monster, Count Dracula, the Wolfman, the creature from the Black Lagoon, the Phantom of the Opera, and more. So again, this is another deck from Insight Editions. There have been a lot of intellectual property tarot decks that they've been doing lately. Like most of the time, if you're seeing a pop culture referencing tarot deck, it's more than likely Inside Editions that is publishing it. This particular deck is copyright 2023 from Universal City Studios, LLC, all rights reserved. And yeah, the guidebook was written by Casey Gilly, and in this deck was illustrated by Joe Wilson. So let's take a look at all of the sides. Actually, let's actually unbox it so that I can show you all of the different aspects of the packaging. Once again, this is another deck, and this is another tarot deck publisher that has really caught wise in the past couple of years about making packaging that is protective of the tarot deck within. So, you know, you don't have to take it out and put it in silk wrappings or to place it under your pillow or what have you. It is protected within its own packaging, which is really nice. So I think it's really nice. All right, I have to be careful because these embroidery scissors are sharp. Not only sharp, but spiky. Have to be careful. All right, we're in. Really nice packaging. Really, really nice. Solid. It is a solid deck. So you have like the gold trimming around it. And then you have the different, I would assume the different minor arcana suits, which we will definitely talk about as we unbox. It's a fully illustrated 78 card deck, 128 page guidebook. Here's the back of it. Is there an ISBN and barcode? Yes, there is. No QR code here. This is a legit deck. It's not a counterfeited deck, except no substitutes. All right, it's a tuck box. Here we go. There's the top. Got to do the fresh deck smell. And here we have the guidebook right on top with the little ribbon pull. Beautiful. And then the cards within. And the ribbon pull again to take it out. Very nice. It's almost like the lining of a coffin, even though it's not coffin shaped. Like you guys know, I do have the Nightmare Before Christmas tarot deck that Mr. Tarot by Hilary bought for me at like Hot Topic, I think. That's another Inside Editions deck. And that one is coffin shaped. This one's not. But this does look like the lining of a coffin here. All right. So the back of the deck is this. Okay. And then we start with, I believe, Frankenstein's monster is the Fool. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the lower third here so we have full room to work and to see. And I am going to open up this book just to see. Yep, we have the Strength is number 8, the Justice is number 11. Okay. Doesn't look like there's any renaming of cards. And then the minor arcana is the Suit of Candles, the Suit of Crypts, the Suit of Claws, and the Suit of Castles. And I'm just going to give it another new deck smell. Definitely new deck smell. And I will also leave the crawler running because it's nice and thin. So we do have another request for a reading. You got to stay tuned to be considered for a live tarot reading, the mid-episode reading, in which one lucky viewer can win. So let us look. Fully illustrated guidebook. Very nice. I do want to see the associations of the minor arcana, though, because I am going to be very upset if they don't say the association. There we go. 4 suits: candles, crypts, claws, and castles. These suits align with the traditional suits of wands for candles, cups for crypts, claws for swords, and pentacles for castles. Okay. Let's get into the major arcana. So we have Frankenstein's monster as the Fool. We have, looks like, Victor Frankenstein as the Magician. I am going to keep the guidebook close to hand so I can make sure. Yep, Dr. Frankenstein. As the Magician. That's cool. Yes, and Dina's also correct. Please like this video and consider subscribing. Thank you. I do have my sticky notes around here somewhere. Probably says, like, there was a time where it's just like no free readings. I mean, does that work for people? Hopefully. Use the tools that I got, right? So we have Frankenstein's monster and we have Dr. Frankenstein as the first 2 cards. The Fool and the Magician makes sense. Cardstock is nice. It kind of has a little bit of a, I can't describe it. It has a nice give to it. It has a nice slip to it. Just looking for the word. The High Priestess. High Priestess looks like Christine from Phantom of the Opera. Yep, I'm right. The High Priestess, Christine Daae, traverses both the seen and unseen worlds of the Paris Opera House, using the mirror to explore the lush realms. And the Empress looks like the bride of Frankenstein. Yep, Bride of Frankenstein. I love that card. That's very cool. The Emperor looks like Dracula. Yep. I'm liking these associations so far, guys. The Hierophant is Van Helsing. That's cool. I can get behind that. The Lovers. So Christine and Raoul from Phantom of the Opera. Oh, our sponsor is here. Awesome. Looks great so far. Thanks, Phil. Thanks for being our sponsor again. Like, look at this. So cool. And the Fool, by the way, is Frankenstein's monster. The Chariot is the Wolfman, I think. Yep. I don't know about you, but this is making me feel like watching Monster Squad. The Wolfman. Some of these I have to look up. Ah, interesting. Strength. So, so this is not the Invisible Man, but this is Dr. Kemp from the story of the Invisible Man. So, like, if you know your Universal monsters, this deck is probably for you. The Hermit is the Phantom. Makes a lot of sense. The Wheel of Fortune. This looks like the Invisible Man. When it comes to change, no one is truly invisible. I don't know who this is, so somebody might want to chime in for this one. They do say Ledoux, it remains a shining light of justice. Inspector Ledoux. Yeah, Katie says it's definitely fun and the character choices do make sense. I'm sure they do make sense. Even the ones that I don't fully know, I'm sure make sense because like I just don't know. Like there were definitely things in the Tarot of the Unexplained that I didn't understand because I wasn't familiar with the Silver Bridge and the Mothman. I wasn't familiar with some of those things, so some of the majors didn't make sense to me. So too is that going to happen here with this deck. And some people were saying about the Stranger Things deck, like I don't watch Stranger Things, so I can't relate. And I'm just like, fair enough, you know. So the Hanged Man is the creature from the Black Lagoon. The Gill Man. I can't, and this one, I'm gonna have to rewatch The Mummy. So the Death card is represented by Imhotep. Temperance. So this is from the Wolfman story. Larry Talbot finds himself blending diverse elements from his life, reuniting with his family, falling in love, saving a woman's life, and becoming the Wolfman. Urges you to take a calm and measured approach to balance competing priorities. Oh, okay. The inspector is from Phantom of the Opera. Thank you. So the devil card are the brides of Dracula. The brides of Dracula symbolize aspects of your darker nature that need reconciling. Okay. So the tower is the fiery windmill, the villagers burn. So this is from Frankenstein. This is from Dracula. This is Mina Seward for the star. No matter how powerful the vampire's curse may be, Mina has the love and protection of her family and friends to help restore her faith in the world. Wolfman again for the moon card. A beam of moonlight can both reveal and conceal. Some of the writing of this guidebook's pretty good. The sun card is Kay Lawrence. This card represents a pure positive energy, much like Kay when she sets out on her great adventure to the Amazon rainforest. Again, I don't know this one. I'll have to check up on this one unless someone knows that off the top of their heads. Kay Lawrence, the sun card. Hello to you, Helen. Welcome. The judgment card is Helen Grosvenor, the reincarnation of Princess Ankh S.N. Aman. And then finally, the world card. When you watch a Universal Monsters picture, you embark on a wholly emotional experience from start to finish. As such, the world represents a journey that has reached its end. Wild ride, right up until the final scene. So very old school. So that's the major arcana from the Universal Monsters deck. Before we move into the mid-episode reading, I would love to ask you guys, is there a particular card from this deck that you want to see before we go ahead and mix it up and do the mid-episode reading? While I'm waiting for that, I'm going to look up Kay Lawrence. Oh, I think that's from Creature from the Black Lagoon. Yeah, Creature from the Black Lagoon, which I'm not familiar with because I am chicken. So Dina wants to see the 9 of Swords. So swords in this deck are swords or claws. So that would be the 9 of claws. So let me take a look. So candles comes first, and then crypts comes next, and then claws comes next after that, and then castles comes last. So 9 of claws is this one right here. That's the nine of swords. So I am going to look and see. 9 of claws finds you hiding behind a mask of anxieties and singing an aria of self-loathing. So I guess that's the phantom. Your darkest thoughts are taking center stage, seemingly blotting out the rational assessment of yourself. And by the way, each of these cards has upright and reversed meanings. So upright would be in the light and reverse would be in the shadows. Pretty cool. So Katie's asking, maybe a couple of the kings and queens, please, e.g. the Queen of Wands. So Queen of Wands would be the Queen of Candles. I'm just going to go to the guidebook because it's going to be a little bit easier. Yeah, so the Queen of Candles. Yeah, I'm not sure who this is. It looks like it's related to Dracula. Ah, second one in is the Queen of Candles. So notice like the pointed claw-like hands. Very, very old school monsters feel to it. So 5 of Swords is going to be the 5 of Claws as well. Yeah, so some of the kings, like here's the King of Wands. Here's the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Candles. Looks like someone opening up a sarcophagus. So like cool stuff. There's the page. Five of Claws. There's a lot of, that looks like a mummy. That looks like a mummy. Whose mummy? My mummy? Here's the Page of Crypts. I think that would be Page of Cups. There's the Queen of Cups. Like, this is like kind of perfect for spooky season, I think. Any other requests? Because I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these up. Ooh, some of these want to be reversed already. So I'm going to take, flip, shuffle. take, flip, shuffle. Here's the good thing about the backs of this particular deck. Unlike the Stranger Things, and now don't get me wrong, I loved the Stranger Things deck, but the problem with the Stranger Things deck was that on the back of it, it did have Stranger Things on it. So you could tell from the back of the deck whether or not a card was coming up reversed or not. I like that this is symmetrical, so you can't tell whether or not it's upright or reversed. Yes, exactly, Katie. All very old school monsters, trying to remember them all. And that's the good part about having a guidebook for a themed deck. You don't have to remember them all. You are being given some guidance. Yep, perfect for spooky season. All right, so she shuffled. She good. Let's shuffle up the majors. And I'm going to go ahead and shuffle some reversals in there too. Exactly, Fran. Exactly. I have a deck like that with the logo, you can tell. I don't want to. I don't want to tell, especially like now, if you just read upright, then no problem, right? No problem. But if you are someone that does read with reversals, all right. Like I didn't even know I had preferences like that as a reader until like you hit something that you don't like. Which is sometimes something that I say in readings is just like, a lot of times people don't know what they like, but they definitely know what they don't like. Exactly. It does depend on the deck. And some decks don't need it. Like I have found, and this is a deck that I just started working with again, kind of recently, not with clients, just more with myself on a personal level. The Witch Sister tarot deck that I got in a reviewer box from Llewellyn. Like this deck don't need reversals. It does not. Like I have not even attempted to read it with reversals because I don't think it needs it. Very potent on its own. Does not need reversals. All right, as I'm shuffling these up, we should actually start out the intake process of let's do the mid-episode reading, right? Let's do it. Okay, turn this off. Let's do the countdown, the snake, and the lottery jar. And I think we're just going to stick with tarot as the keyword. So let us put that in there. So now is the time, oh, friends of mine that were looking for a reading or for me to pull one card. Now is the time for the mid-episode reading. And we will put 3 minutes and 33 seconds on the clock here. If you would like to be considered for a live reading, comment tarot in the chat, TAROT in the chat. And if you got a reading last week, I would ask you that you please refrain so that we have a chance for people to use it to get their opportunity to win. Though I believe Katie was the winner last week, but she was also the only attendee last week, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. And, Katie got the reading that she needed, right? So I think it was Katie. Trying hard to remember. But anyway, you guys know, you guys are good about that. So Dina says tarot, spooky tarot, spooky tarot. So Dina is in the running, and I'm going to continue to shuffle the majors into the minors while we sit here and get more people to jump into the lottery jar. Yes, that's right, Fran. Right as I was finishing up, I arrived as you said good night. Right, exactly. I kept it very, very tight last week because of the Gala's new show that was premiering at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time last week. But you know, there is also the replays available too. However, it's 7:40 right now, so we should have plenty of time to get this mid-episode reading done and the weekend forecast as well. So yes. Oh, thank you, Katie. That's correct. No jar plunging for me this week. You did an awesome reading for me too. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm glad. I'm glad that it was helpful. And you know, I think I was saying that last week, you know, sometimes when it's a smaller following or a smaller gathering, you know, the reading that is meant to be done will happen, you know. I haven't eaten my dinner yet, Fran. We had a late dinner. Well, late for us. We eat like old people. Yeah, I kind of do that too. I love a good early bird special. I don't know about you guys. Like I love going to dinner early. That way when people start filing in at like 8 o'clock, I'm just like, we're already like finishing our dessert, ready to head out. It's fantastic. I highly recommend it. If no one else, just do the weekend reading for all. No, you will get your mid-episode reading. See, but notice the people that come in and ask for a reading, pull a card for me, can I get a reading? They never stick around for the mid-episode reading. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that, guys? I think you have. So the winner tonight is Dina. Congratulations, Dina. Please go ahead and put your question into the chat and we will pull 3 cards from the Universal Monsters Tarot deck. And then we will be exploring the Universal Monsters Tarot deck all month long. Yes, Katie. Early seating dinner. Best way to get a table in a busy restaurant. Yep. Fran says, I haven't changed. I'll get the same reading I always get. Hey, you never know. But this time around, it's Dina's turn. So unless Dina really wants to give up her chance for the mid-episode reading and give it to all of us, which is mighty big of her. All right, the cards are fully integrated. We are ready to go. All right, we have Dina's question. What do I need to know about my career change? What do I need to know about my career change? So using the Universal Monsters, let's see. All right. We have the Sun reversed. We have the King of Crypts also reversed. And we have the High Priestess upright. So, and you saw me, I was working it, I was shuffling. I think I shuffled it pretty freaking well. So, what you need to know. I'm going to read first based on my knowing of the tarot, my traditional RWS, you know, file folder in my brain, and then we're going to go to the guidebook as well. So the sun reversed, to me, it's just like the so what you need to know about your career change is, yes, there is a little bit of a shadow over it right now because of the sun coming up reversed. It's not quite what you expected it was going to be. However, the sun is such an optimistic card that even when reversed, it's still not that bad. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just like it's still pretty good. Hold on, let me turn off the crawler because, because Dina's getting her reading right now. Um, so, so the sun being reversed, like, it's still a very positive card. It's just like like this particular reversal. To me, it's not a huge negation of the upright meaning. It's more like a huh, like, oh, not quite what you were thinking about, not quite what you were looking for, not the outright like win you were thinking of, but that doesn't mean that it's not bad. Like, just because it's not entirely what you were looking for does not mean that it's not bad. The sun card, even when reversed, is a pretty freaking positive card. Now, with the King of Crypts coming up, also reversed, King of Crypts, I need my guidebook here to know what that is. Crypts is cups. So King of Cups also coming up reversed. To me, that um, King of Cups is usually mastery of cups, mastery of emotions, mastery of feeling, mastery of flow. However, the reversal is just like there's a blockage there in that energy. It could be somebody that has to do within the career change or your current job situation. Could be a man. Feels like they're kind of wishy-washy or goes to extremes. That's usually my general interpretation when the King of Cups comes up reverse. It's just like they're either really, really, really hypersensitive or they're really, really cold and aloof. And you never quite know what they're going to be. Like, a very passive aggressive, very, very like hot and cold. Never know what you're going to get with this person. So that's another thing that you need to know about this as well, where it's just like there is going to be, and that could also have to do with some of the sun card coming up reversed as well. It's just like that part of it may be the part that it's just like not so shiny, where it's just like you have to deal with this like man baby kind of energy. Still not too bad. However, you do have that High Priestess card coming up upright. So it's just like, what do you need to know about your career change? You already kind of know. Like, anytime I see the High Priestess, it's that acknowledgement of your own intuition. What is your best self telling you? What is your intuition telling you? What is it that what is the meaning that you're making of the situation? Because nobody could tell it for you. No one can say, what's good or bad for you. And it's just like interestingly enough, like having this Christine Daae being is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. Being the representative of the High Priestess in this deck, and having the Phantom being in the background of the mirror. It's just like there's something in this that like you can't just put your finger on, but you know that something is a little bit off. Like, look. And it's almost like you can't look at it directly. You have to look at it with your periph in order to see it. And so that also has something to do with this. Is this making sense to you, Dina? Let me know in the chat. And we're going to go to the guidebook now for these interpretations. But that's just what my RWS tarot brain is telling me from these cards. And now we'll go to the guidebook. Because the Sun card is that Kay Lawrence character from Creature from the Black Lagoon. I'm assuming. I don't know. I'm not familiar with the legend, so. Yeah, that's like the love interest, I guess. The Gill Man. Oh, I see. Yes, the Gill Man's love interest or human crush. Kay Lawrence. Got it. Okay, cool. I'm sure there's more to it than that, but yeah. So the sun reversed. The sun reversed. With her radiant smile and effortless charm, Kay Lawrence warms your reading like the sun. So again, upright meaning, pure positive energy, much like Kay when she sets out on her great adventure to the Amazon rainforest. Healing, abundance, and good fortune, assuring you that no matter what, you can outswim even the most monstrous of circumstances. Um, the reversed meaning, dive into the water and leave your anxieties on deck. Allow yourself to get caught up in the glow of the sun and sink your negative thoughts to the bottom of the river where they belong. This isn't a time to second guess yourself. So, kind of matches what I was saying. Like, even when it's reversed, the sun card is still really good. Now, not everybody has that sensibility when they do tarot readings, but that's kind of my interpretation. And I guess it's kind of their interpretation too, which is nice. Um, so, King of Crypts. King of Crypts. So before we go any further, the great reading was laid off. I'm sorry to hear that, Dina, and not treated so well. I got High Priestess today also. Okay, cool, cool. And actually, interestingly enough, I was doing a phone reading today for someone, and they also received the High Priestess. So it's just like everyone's intuition is like on fleek today. So like really, really trust it. Like I feel like with this High Priestess card coming up, it's just like you kind of dodged a bullet. Like, yes, it's not a great situation now, but also, it's just like you're going to be so much better off, and you know it too. So, King of Cups, King of Crypts. In the shadows, it can be tricky to not react when someone puts the bite on you. But the reverse King of Crypts implores you to do just that. No matter how tempting it might be to dive into the drama, take the high road. You won't regret it. Love that interpretation. So there's the King of Crypts. Different perspective, but kind of similar energy, right? And then finally, the High Priestess, what we're talking about a little bit. Upright, the High Priestess has a natural connection to mystical denizens, phantoms, shadows, and secrets. Like Christine, she reminds you to unmask mysteries, relying on your instincts and empathy to guide you. In whatever situation you are facing, this card suggests deploying compassion, sensitivity, and inner wisdom. Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly, Dina. Moon is in Scorpio today. Psychic vibes. Yeah. Anyone who has a strong psychic placements, strong psychic place. Strong Scorpio placements usually are totally, totally psychic too. And also not not very forgiving. And they're really good at keeping secrets too. So There is your reading, Dina. Thank you so much for being the winner of this week's mid-episode reading. I know that it is an act of vulnerability to put your name in the hat for a public reading, and I so appreciate it, and I hope this reading really helped you today. Okay, so we have time for, so I know Helen was asking for a card. This card coming up, the weekend forecast is for everybody. So we're going to pull from an oracle deck. We usually go with either the Starseed Oracle or the Work Your Light Oracle. Considering I have the Work Your Light Oracle closest to hand, I'm going to grab for that one. And let's take down this and the snake widgets. And once again, so that's the Universal Monsters. That's not the Stranger Things tag. So once again, that's the Universal Monsters Tarot deck that we just unboxed. We'll be working with it all month long on my social media card of the day posts. So please feel free to follow me on all social media platforms at Tarot by Hilary on most of them, Hilary with one L. And yeah. Yeah, thank you so much. I have Scorpio rising. It helped. Yeah. Yeah. Like I don't like, I'm getting like that bad taste in my mouth. And it's just like, yeah, it wasn't fair. It wasn't a fair situation, but you know what? You're going to come out on top. All right. So let us do the weekend forecast. We're going to do it from the Work Your Light Oracle. And let's see what we all need to know for this weekend. And go check out my girl Gala's second episode of her show on the Tube of You. Hope you all subscribed. Vortex Vision TV. I'll be watching the live premiere of episode 2. All right. What do we need to know for this weekend? All right. I feel like we had this one last week. Did we have this one last week? Transformation? I think we did. I think we might have had this one last week. So I'm going to pull another one. Katie's going to have to remind me. Katie, was this our weekend forecast for last week? If so, we're still transforming. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. We're still doing that stuff. But let's pull another card. Shocking. Shocking absolutely no one. We're getting the Fill Up Your Well card. Retreat, rest, and refuel. That does not shock me at all. So, the most selfless thing you can do is to fill up your own inner well. When we are running around half filled, we subconsciously look to things and people around us to give us the nourishment and the nurturing that we so deeply crave. Nothing can grow in barren lands. You are no good to anyone if you're running on empty. The feminine is bountiful, fertile, and rich. Tend to your own well and watch it as the amount you have to give multiplies. If your inner well isn't full, you will find yourself craving things from the outside world to fill it. This is our body's instinctive way of reaching for the grounding and nurturing that we are not allowing ourselves. What nourishes you? What refuels your body? What is nectar for your soul? What brings you back to life? What is your secret medicine? What makes you feel abundant and fertile? Overspilling with life. It may be gardening, arranging flowers, getting a massage, using luxurious essential oils, snuggling up on the couch, hiking, sipping a good cup of coffee at your favorite cafe, bike rides, walking along the beach, or yoga. What nourishes you is your medicine. When you give yourself the medicine that you need to be nourished, you nourish all of those around you, for there is more than enough to go around. So do something to fill up your well today and this weekend. Unsurprising. I actually bought a succulent. Actually, Mr. Tarot by Hilary bought me a succulent at the grocery store today to go along with our other succulent, Nathan Fillion. So our new succulent is pretty and kind of purpley pinkish. So we named her Agatha after Agatha Harkness. So he named her. So I think it's a good name. I think it's an excellent name. So, so Dina says, perfect after the eclipse. Yes. And Katie says, I'm sorry, I can't recall, but I like the next poll. Me too. All right, guys, have a wonderful, wonderful week. I'm going to go head over to Vortex Vision TV and watch the new episode. I hope you guys will join me. Join me in watching it. And as usual, as always, I will see you next Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are in October. We're in spooky season, guys. So you know that we're going to be doing a spooky story time, The Blue-Nosed Witch, in which I read it every year, guys. So that's probably going to be closer to Halloween. So you got to tune in for that too. But I don't know. I don't know what we're going to be doing next week, Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but we certainly will be doing something. But I will see you then. Until then, I am Hilary, professional tarot reader, here to demystify the mystical and put you in touch with the most beautiful gifts, your own intuition. Because yes, my friends, don't argue with me. You have intuition. I'm also a tapping practitioner as well. So you can find me doing both of those things at tarotbyhilary.com. And I will see you guys next Friday, same bat time, same bat channel. Until then, bye, and fill up your well.